Can I actually just slice it up? Wait. Properties... Scale filtering... Ooh, transform. Edit transform. Oh man. Well, let's just leave it like this. So, I think you can all read it, right?
I'm not sure about this.
Let me just take off the dialogue of the game, just so that you guys can hear me without any extra dialogue. And that won't confuse any of you and won't bother folks. Okay, so what we have here is... Oh man, there's a lot of ads, that's why I wanted to crop this, but we're fine. Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons DLC gets exciting finale. So, let's start off with this title, shall we? I didn't know we're through with DLC right now, because End of Dragons is an expansion. I really think PC Games is not on a good spot to call this a DLC. I wonder if this is like a direction that ArenaNet pushed them for, or maybe this is just like free writing by PC Games. But I don't like it. I don't like the title, I'll be honest. But let's get into it, shall we? The Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons DLC will let players experience the MMO's latest expansion through to the end with a second free update from ArenaNet. Okay, so, the Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons DLC will let players experience the latest expansion. That's fiddly there. I really think that's fiddly. Could use some better writing. But hey, that's what we got, so let's go through it. ArenaNet just announced its second free update, titled What Lies Within. This we already knew. For Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons DLC. And here it is again. So sometimes it's a DLC, sometimes it's an expansion, and other times it's the DLC again. So, hey, PC Games, you might want to check that out. Players will finally see the saga that began in What Lies Beneath. A saga? I don't know if I would call it that. Come to a close as we delve back into the MMORPG's newest zone, Delve. Okay, this is all information that we already had. We knew that we were going back to Delves and we're gonna have a little bit more of the map. That shaman, if you don't follow that shaman on Twitter, I highly recommend you do. He gets all of those leaks from Guild Wars 2 onto the Twitter, and it's really good. He also has a couple of websites that should guide you through some of these leaks. And one of the biggest leaks of What Lies Beneath was the closed off area that we have on the west side of the Delves map, which is the tunnel. Now, for those of you that haven't seen a single picture of this, I should have... Man, I don't have this set up. So, actually, if... I wanted to show you the pictures, but I don't have it set up, and I think I won't be able to find it that quickly, so I'll leave it for the next time. But yeah, the tunnel, man, is something that the community has been wondering about, because there's this, as I said, closed off area on the west side of the map. And it's just a tunnel. It's just a long corridor with no... I mean, it's still under development, right? It still didn't come out. It's coming out on the May 23rd, but it's weird, isn't it? The map came like 90% completed, but they just left that weird tunnel for the second patch. We don't know what it is in there. They say it's a big boss. We're gonna have to wait and see. Well, let's see what PC Games has to tell us about it. The additional content will come as an adventure-packed story conclusion. What do they mean by adventure-packed? So this is my interpretation of what I'm reading. With Adventure Pact, I think we're gonna have a really crazy ending. I think something's gonna go horribly wrong here. Perhaps by trying to get to the ley lines for the Jade, we might just unleash a new type of demon into Tyrius. So that may be an adventure-packed story conclusion. That is actually one of my main theories, and I'm 90% sure that's what's going to happen. We're gonna try to move that demon outside of the ley line, and it's gonna literally unleash on Tyria, and that's the next expansion. This is what I believe it's gonna be. I just finished rolling my cigar, so let's keep going. And it's set to launch on Tuesday, May 23rd, a few months after the first updates drop. This is all covered news already. So, as detailed in our Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons review, the expansion offered all fans a pleasant experience. Solo players finally had a strong story to delve into, while no longer needing to worry about the inability to complete content alone. Was that ever a problem with Guild Wars 2's story? I don't think that is. I don't think this ever was a problem with Guild Wars 2's story, and this is one of the low points of this whole thing here, in my opinion. End of Dragons also brought in some impeccable world building. True, featuring dialogue focusing heavily on regional culture, industry, and technology. Yeah, I do agree with that. End of Dragons has one of the best world buildings we've seen in Guild Wars 2. I mean, maybe even in the entire franchise since Guild Wars 1. The world building for Cantha is really, really good, and it has so much depth to it. You can really spend tons and tons of hours just trying to explore this fictional place that is Cantha. The first free update for Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons, called What Lies Beneath, further expanded on both the story and world. It added a new zone, Gaia Delph. This, still, remember, this is about What Lies Beneath, so it's the previous patch, not the one that's coming out on 23. So like an industrial mining area in which workers harvested jade, as well as new map-wide events, rewards, and weapons. Yeah, we could see that with the Kurzik weapons, right? It was the Kurzik weapons, and there was also a new novelty throne, a new novelty chair, which is jade based. Yeah, there's some quite juicy stuff on the Gala Delves. Also, they nerfed the fishing stuff. I hate that change, man. I really think that Arena should have not nerfed as hard. If they wanted to nerf it, I understand it, but it shouldn't be as hard. It got nuked to death. Now it's very, very rare for you to drop a single legendary at the end of the meta, which is it's bothersome. But hey, it is what it is. What Lies Within aims to once again challenge players in the Gala Delph, this time at the dark and dreary depths of the mine. With the help of the Jade Brotherhood, fans will finally take on the Ravenous Wanderer from the expansion's first free update. Now, this is where I get confused as well. Why would we face the... Why would fans will... Sorry. Why would this be phrased like this? Fans will finally take on the Ravenous Wanderer. We have already taken on the Ravenous Wanderer at the end of the meta and at the end of the last episode. And I really thought that the Ravenous Wanderer was just a puppet from the big thing stuck in Jade. If you haven't seen my previous video or my previous stream talking about it with Short Wing, we did a VOD just talking about our theories and our expectations for the next update or even the next expansion and where the story could go. And we talked about this for a while, where there's something stuck in the Jade. You can clearly see it at the depths in the Gaia Delves map. It's some Cthulhu-styled creature with huge tentacles sucking on Leyline. That is not the Ravenous Wanderer. That is what I thought would be the meta boss for this update coming out on the 23rd. And I think most of us really thought that would be the case. But apparently that's not the case, because it's the Ravenous Wanderer again. So we're gonna fight Simone. We're still fighting Simone. I'll be honest. This confirms that the next part of the meta is not going to be as cinematic as I expected it to be. Which might not be a good point for everyone. We will see. Accompanying the new story quests will be some fresh rewards. Drops you can expect to see included a mining hand drill mace. Mining hand drill mace, that sounds good. A mini phoenix. Wait, we don't have a mini phoenix yet? We do have a juvenile phoenix as a pet. I actually didn't know we didn't have any mini phoenix. Special Ops armor set which we're gonna take a look at in a second. The Junline Nephrite Crusher Hammer, which I think it's this one we're seeing right here, and the armor as well, right? And more. We personally don't need more convincing after seeing the Mini Phoenix. Yeah, whatever. Like, you're telling me that there's gonna be like a new area of the map, there's gonna be a new boss for the meta, there's gonna be a whole new story thing, and what you're most excited about, PC Games, is the Mini Phoenix. That puts your priorities into perspective, doesn't it? Well, the update will also bring with it new activities for players throughout Kentha. And this is some of the most exciting parts for this update, in my opinion, which is adventures for Jadebot Drone Mode, which is good. So Jadebot Drone Mode collection challenges, skiff races, freaking finally. We can go on our skiffs and race around. Oh, especially New Kaineng, that must be hell of a lot of fun. And Siege Turtle target practice will be added. Siege Turtle target practice sounds cool as fuck. I don't know how it's gonna play out though, because duo adventures, that is something that I want to see how ArenaNet tackles it, especially with the leaderboards. But hey, we will see. Since we have on PvP the duos, we have the mini seasons that it's 2 versus 2, but the leaderboard doesn't count a duo. It counts solo. It counts individual players. So I wonder if they can pull a duo leaderboard where you have like the best duo to ever do it, to ever do this adventure. Like, are both of their names are gonna appear on top, or is one after the other? Like one at first, the other at second. I don't know. It's gonna be weird, but I hope they really thin out those tricky parts. What else? Fans can also expect to witness new ambush events as Oni hunt them across Kentha's End of Dragons maps. Wait. There's someone just throwing birthday cakes here. Damn. Let's just mute this just so slightly, especially on the effects volume. Wait. Oh, it's an environment thing. Oh, that's weird. Okay, whatever. Let's go back here to our... Oh, we're almost at the end here. So, you can play Guild Wars 2 by downloading it directly from the website or by grabbing it on Steam. ArenaNet will celebrate the upcoming release with a sale on the Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons DLC set to be marked down at 20% off. So, 20% off on End of Dragons. If you haven't got that expansion yet, it's, in my opinion, the best expansion the game has ever released. And it will be 20% off from May 22nd to May 28th, so take that opportunity. When it comes to an expensive game like Guild Wars 2, there are tons of great games to check out to feature familiar elements. We have a list of our favorite dragon games, or... Okay, so that's just bullshit. Okay. Main takeaways from this, oh man, I'm missing the term here. From this article. So, first off, this is not marketing. I hate this. Because as far as I can see, the people writing the article don't even understand that End of Dragons is not an end of DLC, it's an expansion. And they're more excited about a Mini Phoenix than everything else. Now, let's just put this into Guild Wars 2 fans' perspective. If you knew that the most exciting part of a new update... Oh my god, why is... I'm just muting all of the game. If you knew that the most exciting part, the most appealing part of or feature of the next patch is a fucking Mini Phoenix, if you're selling it that way... Oh man, that sucks. I'm sorry, but that doesn't sound good. That doesn't convince me. I don't want to hear about it. I really want to see about other stuff. And don't try to convince me that a Mini Phoenix is like the best thing that's coming out. I mean, even the fucking adventures are more exciting than the Mini Phoenix. So, this is something that PC Games has done really awfully, in my opinion. This article is really awfully written. It doesn't offer any new information that we didn't have before. Like, we could determine this information just by looking at the studio update. I don't know if they're being very limited to the information that they can give us, but if so, why did we not allow them to write this article in the first place? I really don't think this is the type of marketing that I want to see for Guild Wars 2, especially since we're 1 week away, and by now on Season 4 and Season 3, we would have a trailer that would really hype. Man, let's just pull it out, right? Let's pull out, in my opinion, the best trailer for Guild Wars 2 Living World update. I know this is not Living World anymore, these are quarterly updates, but that doesn't mean that they can't apply the things that they've learned with the Living World. So let's go to Living World Season 4, I'm going a bug in the system. A bug in the system is, in my opinion, one of the best fucking trailers that we've ever had for releasing Guild Wars 2. So, let me just see if we have audio for that. Do we have audio for it? Not yet. Okay. Now we should have audio for it. I just hope it's not too loud. Okay, let's start. By the way, if you haven't seen this, man, you're in for a treat. You might recognize the Fear Not This Night, the song, but it's twisted, and it's one of the best fucking soundtracks in the entire Oh, okay, we're back. I don't know why, but my computer just froze. Oh my god, it froze again. I don't believe this. Oh no, it did. Okay, the audio seems fine. My mic audio seems fine. I don't know why it's freezing. It should be working. Okay, let's just watch the... Sorry, guys. Look, this is not my first stream, but it might as well be, okay? So, let's just roll with it. Yeah. Living World Season 4, Episode 2, one of the best trailers game has ever added. And remember, this came out a week before the launch of the actual episode. So we would have something like this already if they kept this style of marketing.
Welcome, crew members, to another bright day in Lab Alpha 19, creating yesterday's tomorrows today.
I actually like that intro, and I'm gonna just run it again, and I'll leave captions on because I know some of you are not native English. New new trailer that Oh my god, it keeps freezing for some reason. For some reason, my freaking PC keeps freezing, and my computer really recently as well, so I don't know why the fuck is it doing that. Let me just check the task manager really quickly. What's going on here? Oh, nothing, apparently. So why the fuck are you stressing me out? Yeah, okay, let's just roll with it before long.
Welcome, crew members, to another great day in Lab Alpha 19, creating yesterday's tomorrows today.
Oh, that's so good. So Alpha Lab, we didn't even know what that was. We knew it was an Inquest lab. We could tell by the looks of it. But man, this is how you start a trailer. Just show off some interiors.
To another great day in Lab
Just show off some interiors. Show off some cool cool stuff from the game, like details. You don't need to overlook like big fucking open areas. You can show these little fine details that Guild Wars 2 does really, really well and sell it out. Because these details won't tell you almost anything about the story, but it will show new players that there's some cool stuff going on as well. Like, we don't have only these big open world bosses for you to do. There's a lot of collections, a lot of things for you to study and go through. And it makes the world feel more alive and deeper with lore and with stuff, which is obviously they can't write every single paper note that's pictured in here and everyone knows about it, but you want the players to have the feeling that there's something written on it. You know what I'm saying? I know this may sound really weird, and some of you may even find it picky, but I think that's how you sell a story. You have to sell the idea that everything is thoroughly thought out and planned. And that is one of the things that this trailer does really well. They had the story, they had everything planned, and then they made a trailer according to that story. And that's why I think this is one of the best trailers. Let's keep going.
Bad news. Zero idea where the base is, but I did find the name of a scientist there.
So, if we find the scientist, we find the base Joko's using to launch his attacks.
One of their convoys just received an unusual order to delay their arrival. Taking their place should get you inside.
This is one of the best recaps of the previous episode. This just gave you straight up all the information that you needed to know about the previous episode to get into this one. And this is something that I think we should do more often. Give us small lines throughout the story that recap and make you or make the gamers recognize the nod to the previous episode. I think that's really important as well. But let's keep going. Oh, and also this style, I've tried doing this before in a video of my own. Something like this. It's so hard to do. It's really, really hard to do. But I love the way they did it here. It's so creative and so unique to Guild Wars.
Commander, leading me around in chains? Not a chance.
One grumpy bargain, bruh. Oh man, you gotta love the music as well, right? Oh, you see, this, I don't know if you're from that time, but during Season 3, the trailers that they've dropped, they've actually taken a lot of feedback from those trailers and try to iterate on the future trailers. And this is one of those interactions. So, we only had, as you can see, stock footage of the release and some creative stuff here with the characters. But this one is really cool. This is one of the highlights of this trailer, because they name you everything that's coming out with the patch. Now there's gonna be a new mastery, a new legendary dagger, new map, new story. This is what we need for what lies within. Not this fucking article that says that the most exciting stuff is a fucking mini Phoenix. Right? Right? Like, this should be much more exciting than this. And it seems like they haven't learned the lesson. Or at least, it seems that PC Games doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. So it's one of the two. Let's keep going. Then they show off the legendary dagger, the Kanor. It's really good. Really good. But now, this is what I mean with this is one of the best trailers Arena has ever pushed out. In terms of living world story content, and in terms of these smaller updates, not expansion style trailers, but for these trailers, for this type of trailer, this is one of the best, especially because midway through it, everything twists and turns and the trailer just changes its mood. It's really good, and it's gonna be really dark now. Just hit, oh my god. I'm actually with how do you say it? Oh man, the hairs in the back of my neck are raised. I'm chilled. Fuck, I'm missing some terms. It's still morning, guys. Don't mind me, but let's keep watching. Look at this shot, man. This is such a good shot. Oh my... Look. Oh man, this is one of the best shots I've ever seen in a fucking trailer for a video game. That fucking... That... It's not Risen, I'm missing... Oh god. That fucking Awakened is scary as fuck, especially behind this poison or disturbed water. It's so good, and oh god, the soundtrack. I have no words for this. This is 10 out of 10 for a trailer. Look at that, and then just a picture of Palau Joko. And look at his eyes, look at his eyes, look at his face features. He smiles! Oh my god! That is so good. That is so good. Almost 5 years ago. It's more than 5 years ago already. So more than 5 years ago, they released this awesome trailer for 1 week before this awesome release. And now we have this post. Yeah. This is one of the worst downgrades I've ever seen. And this is why I think there's no hype whatsoever around Guild Wars 2 for now. There are some hype, especially about the core team that's doing some core features and core updates. But for the new stuff, I feel like there's no hype because of stuff like this. Because of articles like this make the game sound dull and boring. And the release as well. I did post on Facebook. If you are on Guild Wars 2 and Expansions Facebook group, I did post there a poll, and I did a poll for what's your hype for the next release from 1 to 5, and some folks even created a new one for 0, which is really bad. I think this the amount of hype for this release, it's almost the same as for the Champions last release. This is not good, guys. This is not a good look for Guild Wars 2. And I really hope that they have something in store for us as soon as this drops out, like something like a new trailer for the next expansion or something like that. But I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it, because they're gonna release on their YouTube the trailer for this release. And how would that make sense to release the trailer for the next expansion at the same day? It wouldn't make much sense, would it? So there's Oh man, there's so much stuff that's going on that I'm not really enjoying it. If I'm being totally honest with you guys. And I don't know what to say.